Are you having trouble coping with the fact that your adult child won't talk to you? Well, in this video, we're going to go over 3 keys in what to do to move forward when your adult child won't talk to you. Hi, I'm Marie Morin. I'm a therapist and a wellness coach. Let's get started. First thing we need to remember is when we're estranged from our adult children, it can feel devastating and heartbreaking. It's a terrible place to be. And it's so challenging that it could really mess up our well-being. We can just feel awful, depressed, and go through the stages of grief. So in order to move forward so that we can cope, there's no guarantee of when your adult child will decide they want to speak to you, if at all. So while you are coping, it means that you're doing things actively for yourself so that you can feel better. We can't go down with the ship, so we still have to move forward. There are other people in our lives that want to be around us, who love and value us. So we have to show up not only for them, but for ourselves. There's still a lot of life to live. The 3 keys to move forward are: 1, do a daily self-care routine. What does this mean? So you want to be active every day. Finding a practice that helps you spiritually, like praying, meditating, so that you learn how to be calm. You also want to do breathing techniques like diaphragmatic breathing. And I have a really good video that teaches that process, that it's really simple. So daily self-care, if you're really in a slump, even just doing one little thing, writing in your journal a couple of lines, one mini step forward, is a good place to start. The second key to moving forward in learning how to cope with your adult children not talking to you is to learn communication tips. So you might be in a situation where you get to see your adult child, and it may be in a setting like a wedding or a funeral or something that you both have to attend. Your adult child may not want to speak to you. You may approach them and they might say something like, "I don't want to talk to you right now." So the proper response, the better response, would be to say, "Okay, I hear what you're saying. I hope you're doing well," and then leave them be. The reason why we don't want to bombard them with questions and "what do you mean?" and "how come?" "I really want to talk to you," is because at this point in time, for whatever reason, your adult child has decided that they don't want to speak to you. And in order for you to show them that you have changed, you want to respect their request. It may not be comfortable for you, but if you're hoping at some point in the future that there be some type of reconciliation, they want to see that you have changed. And perhaps you've done really good communicating, you've tried your best. It's possible that you have asked too many questions or pressured, or in some way they've received the message that they're not comfortable talking to you. So you doing this type of communicating where you're just validating, basically, "I hear what you're saying," and then leaving it, you are showing them that you respect their wishes. So when you learn really good communication skills, it teaches you not to become defensive. Defensiveness is when someone says, as we mentioned in the example before, "I really don't want to talk to you, leave me alone," and you come back with, "but I haven't done anything." That's defensiveness, that type of approach. Defensiveness blocks the movement of communication from going back and forth. So not being defensive is very important. You learn this when you learn communication skills, how to not be triggered so you react. The third thing that you want to do as you're coping with your adult child not speaking to you is to stay socially connected. So this means that you refuse to isolate. No matter what's going on, You might want to take a pause for a day or so, but you got to get yourself out there. You have to be around people who love and value you. Whether you're involved in some kind of social activity or you're visiting other children that you have or good friends, it's important that you stay socially connected. One of the best predictors of mental health and physical health in the long term for adults is being able to be social and having social connections. The adult child who estranged us is not the only person in our life, so it's a good idea to be around other people. So coping is about moving forward. The three things we talked about are doing self-care, staying socially connected, and learning communication skills. Estrangement is one of the most challenging conditions for parents of adult children. It is devastating and heartbreaking. Many people are in the stages of grief, the denial, the anger, the guilt, the pain, so long. They really hurt, and it's a terrible thing. The three things that I've suggested today in this video will help you. The clients I speak to, we talk about how to bridge this gap, and it's not just about making sure that we get to see them. It's also about using the time wisely, because the average time that people are estranged is at least 4.5 years. So we don't really know how long it's going to take. It could be a long time. One key thing to remember is that if your adult child has told you not to call them, then you really should not do that. But there's no reason why every so often you decide maybe once a month you can send a short note in a card. It's better not to do emails. Just send a very benign message, something like, I'm thinking of you. I hope you're doing okay. I'm here for you when you are ready. Love, Mom or Dad. So that's a very good thing to do. What you want to avoid doing is to just now cut them off completely and not have any contact. They're looking to see what you're going to do, even though they have separated. So there's a piece of it that if you do completely cut them off, your chances of reconciling later could be harmed because you've spent all this time basically in some ways rejecting them. What we know from research, and I've seen in my clients, is that this condition brings up so many emotions, and we can get flooded with emotions and then react negatively. So there's a lot of things we shouldn't do. And in that span where there's opportunity perhaps to have conversations, we might say things or do things that'll be detrimental to the health of the relationship. This is the type of teaching that I do with my clients. While we can't go back into the past and change what's already happened, we can put our best foot forward into taking care of ourselves and learning these communication skills and being socially active, and also preparing ourselves for the possibility of a reconciliation. I offer private coaching to help people navigate this very difficult time. We go over some of the things that we've talked about, plus so much more. You can reach me by emailing me at morinholistictherapy@gmail.com. You can have a free complimentary call. We could talk. We could figure out if we're a good fit together. And you can have the opportunity to learn how to do these things so that you can better cope when your adult child won't speak to you. If you like this video, hit the like, subscribe, ring the bell, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of this video. We'll see you in the next video.